Oh, we're already.
We are on,
We're on.
and we're on and live, and it is lunchtime, folks. So,
Yes,
and it's a rainy day here in Cambridge. Of course, it's been a rainy week,
the 22nd of June.
and it's like 60-some degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, 65. Notice I've got a hoodie on because I was freezing. Yesterday was the first day of summer.
I don't get it. I mean, I didn't go to the pool last weekend, but the weekend before when I went, the water temperature was 74 degrees. And see, that's cool for me. I don't like pool water that cold.
It's
But
a little chilly.
If but it wasn't that hot outside to counteract the
To
cool.
be refreshing.
And this is not good. I mean, here we are in June. It just feels like I'm in an alternate universe.
The summer solstice, which is what was yesterday, which means the sun has reached, well, not the sun, but the earth is in the position around the orbit where the sun is directly over the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degrees north latitude. And that's as high. And then every day after that, like today's a little bit shorter than yesterday in daylight time.
Yeah, yesterday was the longest day of the year, right?
Yes, and today it's like
it's gonna get dark soon, people.
Yay! It's we don't notice it until about a month's gone by, and it's like, oh, it's a little bit darker at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. But here it is over the Tropic of Cancer, and we should be nice and warm, and we are chilly.
I don't think it's over the Tropic of Cancer. I think it's got to be over the Tropic of Alaska or Iceland or wherever it is.
Smoke. We've had a monsoon this week.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think my husband said we had 8, like as of yesterday when he was telling me, like 8/10. We're supposed to get maybe a half an inch today, possibly.
It's for those of you who don't live in Southern Virginia or maybe listening to this, we're kind of limited, but we'll expand. This has been one cold, rainy week.
It has been, yes. I mean, when you've got to wear cover-ups in June. I mean, it's different when you go to the beach and you get a little cool from the sun. After you've gotten a little sun, sometimes at night you just want to put on like a little light sweatshirt. It's not that kind, people. I'm telling you, this is blanket weather.
It's damp and cold. In fact, the cats in the barn, I think they're curled up with a good book.
I would love to be home binge watching, curled up under a blanket, binge watching something, and I don't even want to hear what she's going to be doing. But that's just where I would like to be.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't turn on the TV yet today. Well, we did. We exercised and we did. I'll take that back. We have to have entertainment to exercise. Otherwise, it's kind of boring. We watch Star Trek.
But it's so much that I'm going to eat soup at lunch. I mean, that's how cool it is. You can eat soup. Usually in the summertime, you want to eat, what is it?
Something cold.
Yeah, cold soup or what is it?
Don't ask me. I'm not good at that.
But anyway.
Just give me hot soups.
But yeah, no, today is
It is a soup day.
Yes. So it's just crazy.
It is. And
so I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Have you been keeping up with this like submarine thing that's missing, that's gone down to look at the Titanic?
Wasn't it like a personal a small one, wasn't it?
It was a yes, it was.
And I only saw a headline, and then I saw something on Facebook, and they haven't found it yet.
No, and today is the day they're supposed to run out of air.
That is really scary. We can do so many technological things, and we can't find this small little sub.
And they said it's so far down that it was, what did I hear yesterday? That it was either 2 or 3 Grand Canyons deep. Now, I've not been to the Grand Canyon.
That's pretty deep.
So I don't know. And they said once you get down, this is what I heard when they were talking about it. And they said that there's so many sounds from different fish and different things that they're having to, when they're listening and they're trying to figure this out, that it's, they're just having to go through a whole lot. But I guess my question would be, wouldn't there have been a path that they would have gone down?
Like, you think they would have charted their course? That's what you're saying. they would have chartered their course of where they were going.
So that you would have like only like a certain perimeter, I would think. Because I don't know if you would float, but so far off if you're sinking or not. But
the pressures down there are just.
Well, and that's the thing too. They said
horrendous, the pressure.
They said that coming back, they said yesterday when I was listening, they said that it had 20 hours worth of oxygen left. But they said the problem with that would be, is that they have to raise them up so slowly because, you do have to decompress.
Otherwise
and with it being, I guess, this
nitrogen oxide builds
so far down.
Yes.
And seeing, like I said, I don't know the Grand Canyon, how deep it is, but if it's 2 or 3 of those, and they said that even if they put like a heavy chain or something down there to help, it might be too heavy. To help bring it up, and then it would be slow anyway.
Nitrogen narcosis, that's what it's called, because the pressure forms so strong that you form little bubbles. Yeah, you get the bend.
Now, but if you're in this compressurized, do you still get the bends and something like that? I know they do in airplanes, right? Because don't they have to watch in these
pressurized and stuff. That's very interesting. But here's one thing, and I don't know, other than just a thought went skipping through my old brain, but have they tried to do like sense the
sonar
heat? The body heat.
I don't know. I know they've done the sonar, but I'm not sure about the.
I don't know if it would show through the container.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure either about that.
Because if you think about that, I know they can do it. They can look through certain walls and see heat, the heat imprint. And if you're down that far, the fish are not going to have the heat sensor. They're cold-blooded, except for, your whales and your mammals. And I don't think there's any other ones.
And see, so this would be, so this, this, it just struck me as something just, lightly to talk about, because I know you're so knowledgeable about things.
But
I'm wondering what the temperature of the water is out where they're at.
Oh,
it's probably
pretty cold.
Yeah, right? Cooler down there and everything, right?
Mm-hmm. You're going quite a ways down. And, see, near the Mid-Atlantic Trench, there's it's a volcanic. The Mid-Atlantic Trench is volcanic. So you're going to get some hot gases and stuff. But where the Titanic went down, it's more toward the northern part, isn't it, of the Atlantic? I didn't really study that, but they hit an iceberg, so that's... Okay, what were they doing down there?
Well, they were supposed to be and again, we're just discussing this because we did not research this before we got on.
Research. It's just.
But from what I heard, it was like some millionaires that could afford it, and they were going down to do this tour of the Titanic,
the wreck,
of the wreck,
the shipwreck,
Mm-hmm. So, but it's things just crossed my mind that I was just wondering about, but then when I heard about how deep down they probably could have gone, but then I wondered, I wasn't sure if they had some kind of issues or something. Would they just? If equipment malfunctioned, this is the part I don't know anything about.
Did they have a backup system,
or do you just sail down and how is all? Do you just automatically keep floating down, or do you float somewhere? Because
I think on a lot of submarines they have a ballast type thing where you can release, so you become lighter.
Right. So wouldn't then they have to come up?
Coming up. So what happened?
Yeah. So, it's a lot of, and I guess you're not going to know until you can get them back up because, they can't
and they're not in communication.
Now, I just pulled this up to see, see map of where the Titanic, this is off of CBS News on the internet. It says, see the map of where the Titanic sank and how deep the wreckage is amid search for the missing sub. It says, and this is a quote from this. It says, the submersible headed for the wreckage of the Titanic went missing in the Atlantic this week. prompting the Coast Guard to launch a search and rescue mission. The Titanic, which sank in 1912, has been explored dozens of times. Where is the wreckage located and how deep is the water? It says that, let's see. The area is off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada, and has been dubbed Iceberg Alley. Icebergs are large chunks of ice. The Iceberg Alley, located between Labrador and Newfoundland. 2 dog names.
Never thought of that.
Come from the glaciers of Greenland, usually floating through in spring and summer. Carpathia, another passenger liner, had departed from New York. Okay, so this must have been in that same area. Let's see.
Yep.
Hold on. All right, let's get down to where is the wreckage?
Right there?
Yes. So let's see. North Atlantic. Yeah.
Did they give the latitude and longitude?
Let's see.
Because that would give us more of an idea.
It will give her more of an idea. Me, it gives me nothing. It can tell me too exactly where, but so how deep is the wreckage? It says the Titanic is sitting on the ocean floor about 12,500 feet below sea level.
Oh.
The 2 broken parts of the ship, the bow and the stern, are more than 2,600 feet apart and are surrounded by debris.
That's like 2.5 miles down. That's pretty deep.
Yeah, so it's so these people definitely need our prayers, and the people searching for them need the prayer. I'm trying to see if there's any kind of
Alexa, what was the latitude and longitude of the Titanic shipwreck?
From Genius.com. The Titanic had foundered at about 2:20 a.m. in latitude 4146 north and longitude 5014 west.
41.6 north and 54.
Okay, this says it's about 380 miles southeast of Newfoundland, Canada coast, and 1,300 miles east of the destination, New York City.
Now, what is the latitude of New York City? Alexa, what is the latitude of New York City?
The latitude for New York is 40.6635 degrees north. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Thanks for your feedback.
So, it is about 1 degree farther north of New York City on that latitude. So it's a little bit colder, probably about, Alexa, what's the latitude of Potsdam, New York?
From Latlon.net. The latitude of Potsdam, New York, USA is 44.676048, and the longitude is minus 74.9912142.
So it's not that far north of the latitude that from New York City. But it was
Doesn't tell me anything.
Well,
So if you go up to New York and go over,
it's just a little bit. Yes, exactly it. If you just,
I know longitude and latitude, but I mean, I don't know it in my head. Yes.
Visualizing it's another.
She's just sitting here going, she's writing this stuff. You should see her over here. She's like scribbling all this stuff down and like, oh, okay, well, I've got that. Yeah, this is, and I'm like,
It's like,
what?
I can visualize it. Let's see if what?
Give me strength. I mean, I'd be writing numbers down. Yeah, it'd be like a phone number here.
It's like, okay, it's right about there.
But yes, so I mean, if you take your grid and you go up here,
And
but
you
yeah,
gotta get it, because in our mind, you think, wow, they must have been very far north, but in reality, they weren't that far north. They were just an iceberg alley. Because that's where the ice, they came down through there. Because if Potsdam, New York is 44, almost 45 degrees north, and New York City was 40 degrees, and they were 41. So it's almost like in line with Albany, New York, going across. So if you flew directly east and it just went up A little bit, you'd be near where the Titanic went down.
It says it's 1,300 miles off of the coast of
Okay,
from New York.
yes.
But, but the depth, that
Depth
is crazy.
so deep.
12,000, yes.
12,500
Mm-hmm.
feet
Mm-hmm.
down? Ooh.
Yeah, so it's, and there's 5, what is it? I think it says there's 5 people on board the sub when it went missing.
Now, were they the rich people that were on board touring?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think,
So they got themselves.
because it's like 250,000 per person.
Whoa. And there's 5 of them?
Mm-hmm. And so this will be something for you to look at because we'll need to, this one will be interesting, but it just bothers me that,
Alexa, what is the latest news on the missing personal submarine that's looking for the Titanic?
From firstpost.com. About 35 persons have thus far been reported missing, but that number is likely to rise, as the police wait the stipulated 48 hours before registering missing person cases.
I don't think she understood what that was.
No, bless her heart. She did good with the latitude, longitude, because look, when it popped up the Titanic here, it popped up this was my
look at
next
that,
thing,
the
41.
coordinates,
She did pretty
yes.
good.
She did pretty good.
She didn't do too badly.
Not bad, not bad. She rounded, well, she's a little off by 100th.
But this could be off too.
Yeah, we never know. Because and the front and the back were separated, so it's a little bit, how far were they separated by what? About 2,000?
2,600.
2,600?
2,600 feet, it said.
That's quite a,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, it's, I just, I don't know, as claustrophobic as I am.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
I don't know that I could have done something like this anyway.
I have sometimes a hard time in an elevator.
I do too, I'd much rather walk up the steps
Yes.
on some, and especially on some situations, just, especially if it looks kind of rickety anyway, or
Yes.
I'm just, I would, or if too many people get on.
And you feel it go, and then you look at the capacity. Have you ever done that? See, one of the common elevator manufacturers was Otis.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I don't think we have one here in this building. Not Otis one. I don't know what kind we have. But it always has the capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wonder, well, what's the total weight of that? But that's what they usually give you, the number of people and et cetera. So yeah, and you're standing in an elevator and then somebody gets on and it goes, now, I forget, it was so long ago and I saw the movie where somebody was in an elevator and it's crashing. And they jump up and they try to get to the roof so that when the bottom hits, you're not bottomed out. I always thought there was a great big spring on the bottom, but I don't know. Bing!
Do you want to take a chance?
No.
I don't think there is this. All the movies that I've seen, it's flat.
You'd think they'd put a big bungee cord or something on it.
Well, when I was a kid, when we were living in Hawaii, one of the places we had to stay until we got our base housing was we were staying in this hotel. But there's some other kids there too and everything. And so we got on the hotel because I had to go up to my room and everything, and they got on too. Well, one of the kids decided to open the doors while it was going. And anyway, they tried to, no, actually it was when it, because no. Let me back up. We got, how elevators will stop. Well, we got stopped in between floors, and then that's when they started to open. And that's when they opened them up and everything. And I still stayed in there because I wasn't going either way because I could just see it starting back up or something.
The visualization of that is
yeah, see, I'm getting chills just thinking about it as a kid. And I just remember, them calling somebody, and for a while, I did not want to go on elevators. And
I don't know whether I actually had that happen to me too, or I dreamt it and it was a nightmare, but it seems very visual in my mind that is exactly, you get stuck between
Yeah, we were stuck
floors.
between floors, but I remember these kids like trying to open, and I'm like, why are you doing this? And they're like, well, we're going to crawl. And I'm like,
Are you crazy?
But kids are crazy. Kids do crazy things. And I mean, and I see all the, I watch these kid movies where these kids are so heroic and do all these things and stuff. And I'm thinking, it don't always work out that way, should it? I mean,
No, and
it's
we're worried
because-
about how you 12 kids consider soccer players and get upset for yellow cards, and they're laughing instead of getting angry. Yes,
yeah, they're
are
going to save the
kids.
world and they're going to do, I mean, yes, they're, I mean, no, I was not brave at that point, and I didn't sit in the corner and cry, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
And sometimes escalators don't make me very happy either.
Oh, no.
Ever seen a broken one?
No, and I
Whoa.
don't like escalators either. And
I'd rather use stairs.
I do remember that. Let's see, I'm trying to remember, but see, with them having the doors open the way they did and stuff, I'm trying to remember how they got us out. If we had to, if they, I can't remember at this point if they had to help us crawl out or if they were. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember it being something normal. So I was like,
There is a latch in the top.
Yeah, but I was short as a kid.
None of this sounds appealing to me.
No, I mean, we have gone from submarines to this because I've got to tell you, we have one of those old timey, well, I call them old time, but the ones with the trifold paper towels in the bathrooms at work.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to have that little key thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, my thing is I can't see the key thing to see the hole. So here I am other day using my cell phone. had it on camera trying to show me the hole, and I'm trying to reach up here and stick it in the hole.
What would we do without our cell phone
There's
cameras?
there's so many things. There's a lot of times, like if I can't see, my husband will say, "What does that say?" So I'll put it on camera and blow it up. I'm like, that's what it says.
There's something in my eye, so I reverse the camera so I can take a picture of my eye and blow it up so I can see if there's something in it.
I know. I mean, I love. That's why I said I love my cell phone. I
Somebody
really
yesterday
do.
At exercise said, do you have a number that I can get in touch with you if I'm not coming? I said, yeah, you can. Here's my cell phone number. Do you text? I said, are you kidding?
I don't text. I write a book.
Yeah, it's like,
Now, do you do the short text? Or do you type everything out long with periods and spacing and?
There you go. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like LOL, but yes, most of the time I do. I do.
So you don't do like the YOLOs and the.
I wouldn't know. I would forget what they meant. What did I just type there? Oh, badass. No.
But see, the bad thing is you don't know if somebody spelled something wrong with some of these things,
or
if it really means something.
Exactly.
So I have to Google and go, okay, did this mean something or was it a typo? But like other day, I typed something, and you know how you're trying to type something quickly, and I meant to type sorry. Well, it came out Sherry. Sorry, I didn't answer you, and so the person replied back to me, "Who's Sherry?" I said, must be my alter ego. I said,
Can you swipe?
I can swipe.
But
Swiper, no swiping. Swiper.
I mean, I can swipe, and when my daughter said, "Oh, you can swipe," but if you don't exactly start with the right letter,
Exactly.
I'm swiping. No, that's
doesn't.
not the. And that's the. Oh, the heck with it! Just type it out. But it is kind of fun to try it.
But I've gotten, and now my husband is old school. He wants it grammatically correct. He wants the periods and punctuations, and I'm just like, yes.
Well, you got a choice at the bottom in your text. I mean, you can just do yes or yay.
Oh yeah, but like
thanks.
I said, but he likes to give good answers and stuff, and I'm
usually, yeah. I mean,
but no, I will do some of the short ones, and then like when I get them back from like young kids or young people and stuff, and I'll go, okay, let me see if I can figure this one out because I got one other day, and let me see, what did I get? Well, that's what we'll carry in the next one because these are fun. These are fun, and we need a funny one because this is heavy. But everybody, just be thinking about these people praying for their families because I mean, and for the people searching for them because this is something serious. But again, it convinces me that I am not going to be on a submarine anytime soon.
They need a huge electromagnet down there.
Right?
Just,
Where's Superman when we need him? He
I
could go
don't know.
down there and pick him up and
I
lift him
know.
up. But anyway, guys, we love you and we'll talk at you later.
Yes.
Bye.
What was I just thinking